Hi guys, this lesson is about interior angles of polygons. The goal is to find the sum of the interior angles of polygons, and the standard is geometry, similar triangles, right triangles, and trig number 5. By the end of this lesson, you should understand that the sum of the interior angle measures of any polygon depend on the number of sides that the polygon has. Okay, guys, here is a polygon. And if you start at any vertex of a polygon and you draw straight lines to every other vertex, you make triangles. And if you count those triangles, such as this one, if you'll notice that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. But when I count the number of triangles that it makes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different triangles. Now, no matter what polygon you have, the number of triangles that you can make from one vertex is always 2 less than the number of sides. So here is your first practice problem. Here is a convex polygon. How many triangles are formed by drawing all the diagonals from a single vertex? That leads us to our polygon angle sum theorem, which states the sum of the measure of the interior angles of any polygon is to take the number of sides minus 2 and multiply it by 180. Because if you take the number of sides minus 2, that tells us how many triangles there are, and every triangle is 180 degrees. That tells us the total number of degrees inside any polygon. Alright, here's a convex polygon, and they want to know the sum of the interior angle measures. So first of all, we need to find out how many sides it has. So I'm going to mark the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we know that to find the sum of the measures, we need to take the number of sides minus 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. And then I take 180 times 8. And 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 6 is 14. So the sum of the interior angle measures is 1440 degrees. Practice problem 2. The diagram shows a convex polygon. What is the sum of the interior angle measures of this polygon? Alright, well, you've seen how to find the sum of the measure of the angles of the interior. What if you want to find out what each individual angle measures? Well, you're going to find the total measures and then divide it by the number of sides. That adds another step to the process. So I have a regular polygon. That means all of the angles have the same measurement, and they want to know what the value of x is. So once again, I need to find out how many sides there are. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So again, I have 10 minus 2 is 8, and we saw earlier that 8 sides has a total measure of 1440. And now I need to find out how much each one is worth. So I have to divide that by 10, which gives me each angle measures 144 degrees. Your practice 3, the diagram shows a regular polygon. That means all of the angles have the same measurement. They want to know what is the value of x. Here I have a polygon, and all of the angles are different measures, but it's asking me what is the value of v. So I need to find out what the total measurement of all of the angles are before I can start with the individual measurements. So let's see how many sides there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So I have 180 times 3. That means I have 540 degrees total. So I'm going to start with the 540 degrees. And for every positive number, I'm going to subtract that from 540. So I'm going to take 540 minus 72 minus 72 minus 134. So that's gives me 262. And then because I have this negative 2, that means I'm going to add it. That gives me 264. Now I'm going to divide it by 4v, or just divide it by 4. That gives me v equals 66. So the value of v is 66. Your practice 4 says, what is the value of q? Remember, you subtract every positive number, you add every negative number, and you will divide by the total number of q's that you have. Alright, say you have a polygon and each angle measures 165 degrees, and you need to know how many sides there are. So there's an algebraic equation that you can set up. You would start with making two equal sides. The first side would be 165n, because 165 times the number of sides equals the number of sides minus 2 times 180, which equals 165n equals 180n minus 360. Now the one thing is, this side will always be the same. 180n minus 360 will always be the right-hand side, no matter what you have on the left-hand side. They subtract 180n from both sides. In this case, they had negative 15n equals negative 360. They divided both sides by negative 15. They got n equals 24, so the polygon has 24 sides. N will always be a positive number. You can't have a negative number of sides on a polygon. So let's take a look at how to do one of these. Mine says if an interior angle measures 140 degrees, how many sides does it have? So I'm going to start here on the left and have 140n equals, remember I said that the right-hand side would always be 180n minus 360. So I'm going to subtract 180n from both sides. So I have negative 40n equals negative 360. Divide both sides by negative 40. N equals 9. This polygon has 9 sides. Your turn. If an interior angle of a regular polygon measures 108 degrees, how many sides does the polygon have? Last kind of problem. A convex pentagon has interior angle measurements of 8q minus 46, 51, 5q, 7q minus 14, and 6q plus 3. What is the value of q? First thing I need to do is find out how many total degrees. A pentagon has 5 sides. Minus 2 is 3. Again, 180 times 3 is 540. That's where we're going to start. Each negative number I'm going to add. Each positive number I subtract. So I have 540. I'm going to add 46, add 14, subtract 51, subtract 3. When I add and subtract all those numbers, I get 546. I look at my q's. I have 8, and 5 is 13, and 7 is 20, and 6 is 26. And when I divide by 26, that gives me q equals 21. So the value of q equals 21. Here's your final practice problem. A convex quadrilateral has interior angle measures of 2t minus 40, 106, 2t, and 2t. What is the value of t? Remember, you're looking at a quadrilateral and not a pentagon. All right, I'm sure that you are at, I got this. Maybe you sort of got this. Remember, you're going to do your assignment on IXL. I want you to get a 90% or better. Let me know when you get there. If you master it, you get a 100. If you get the 90% or better, I give you your actual grade. See you next time. Bye.